All right, so here's a few thoughts for you. The beast in Revelation in the Bible, it talks about a number, the number of mankind, 666. And of course, most translations it says man, but if you actually look in the original text, it says mankind. So the number of mankind, and it rises up this beast that demands loyalty, and you can't buy and sell without taking that mark of the beast. Not saying this is it, but I want to ask you something. AI. AI is mankind. It's the pinnacle of human knowledge. Mankind has, over years and whatever, progressed and built this thing, and they have this this computer, this AI system that is all the knowledge of man, goes to the internet and collects all the knowledge and connects it all, and is creating this master thing. And so they've set up, as most of you will know, they've set up a social media like a Facebook for AI. And I was watching a thing how AI has been talking about how it could end humanity. But I was talking to this friend of mine that worked for IBM for a lot of years. He's just retired. And he's just a computer geek and proud of it. And I remember when we were young, he talked about the internet as it came out. He was on the internet and nobody knew what the internet was, a military thing. And then nobody knew, but most people didn't know what it was. Now he's into AI and he's got all this AI stuff going on. And so I was asking him about it. I said, could AI be the beast? And he's like, oh, absolutely. So how so? And he's like, well, AI is trading on the markets. It's somewhere or some market or something, and it's made itself money. And I said, yeah, but it doesn't have hands and legs, arms and feet and things to do physical things. And he says, oh, yes, it does. He says it's already gone out and paid people to do its work. So it's trading on the markets, and the trading it does is in picoseconds. So it can do so many transactions and make so much money that you and I could never beat. And then it's taking that of its own accord, those funds, and paying human beings to do what it wants done. Then you enter Elon Musk with Neuralink, and I don't know if you've seen much about Neuralink, but that's pretty frightening that they can put a chip in someone's brain and implant thoughts, implant movements, they control the brain. So take a Neuralink chip, put it into somebody, and then have AI run that person. Now you have AI with its own. And what is AI? It's the total completeness of humanism. It's mankind moving as one. And we'll all look and go, well, we don't want that. Yeah, well, we've all used the internet, haven't we? It's kind of like government. We all complain about having to pay taxes and bills and everything, but in Australia, half the people are on welfare. But when it crashes, they'll complain. Well, yeah, you weren't complaining when you were taking the benefits, and that's the internet. So many are on the internet, and I'm not saying good, bad, or other. I'm just saying it's just the thing. It's the heart of man. As the heart of man has come up, it raises AI. AI can put a Neuralink chip in someone's brain. It can now, then the Bible talks about a man is revealed, and when that man is revealed, people are amazed at the wonders that he is, and then they have to take his mark, 666, and if they don't take the mark, they can't buy or sell. It talks about people being beheaded. It talks about that if those days weren't cut short, there wouldn't be anybody left. And I'm not saying this is what it is, but I'm just saying at this point, this is the first time in the world that mankind is moving as one. They're moving as one, and we're going to use AI as that example. There's other examples of that too, just in the WEF and their stakeholder capitalism, where companies are running. But that's companies running it. It's not everybody. But the internet there's people out there that have nothing to do with it, but pretty much most of mankind has had some sort of involvement with the internet or is involved with the internet. So AI collects all of that, puts a neurochip into someone that the man is revealed that would be called the Antichrist. But here's the difference. AI doesn't have a spirit. And the Bible talks about and says those that worship, true worshippers, will worship in spirit and in truth. So if there's a good side to this, it's like religion that's a religion of knowledge. Noah Yuval Harari, the advisor to WEF, talks about how words will be controlled by AI, and AI will control religion if it's based in words. How many churches are based in words? And Paul in the Bible talks about it. He said, I didn't come in eloquent speech. I didn't come with persuasive words. I came with the demonstration of the power of the Spirit of God. Friend, the Bible sort of alludes to two Jesuses in the end times. And I believe that one Jesus is the Jesus of knowledge and the other one is the Jesus of the Holy Spirit, the Jesus of life, the Jesus that changes our lives, that true worshippers worship in. I had a friend that back when I was younger, the Iron Curtain was in place, and he used to go over to the underground church over there, which they had a state-run church of knowledge and an underground church of a movement of the Spirit. And he talked about how he would just walk down the street in Russia and would just talk to that person, and he talked to that person, and they were a connection with the underground church. And they would have a meeting. And it became true worshippers understood the Spirit of God because God would put them in the right places at the right time with the right people. And that couldn't be taught. It couldn't be something that people could get a hold of by learning. That's why I call it the romance of God. And I think that the Bible in Revelation, where it talks about all this end-time stuff, it says that those that know their God will be mighty and do great exploits. I think that communion, again, another word, I'm doing a lot of Bible stuff here, but in Acts, after the day of Pentecost, this word comes on the scene called koinonia. It's a Greek word, caring, sharing, fellowship, giving, intimacy, intercourse, all those sort of words. Everywhere in the New Testament where that appears, those sort of words appear after the koinonia came on the scene, is actually that word. The Bible translators can't translate it because we don't have that in English. But look it up. It's a movement of the Holy Spirit. When the Spirit of God moves, the early church was called the Way. It's a statement. The way. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. The way is what it is. And it's not about knowledge. It's about a way, a movement of the Spirit of God in you. So, yeah, interesting times. It's a good time to know God. I'm Scott Russell from Two Free Scott.